Darshan, when we use the word darshan, normally the academic and the professors, they start talking about the philosophy. But the meaning of the word darshan is a direct perception, direct knowledge. The self knows the self by itself. Whatever we see, feel, hear, touch, taste belong to the sense perception or sense knowledge. So the sense organs are the instruments of the knowledge by which we know the objects of the particular sense organs. Mind is also an instrument of knowledge, which gives us the knowledge of the world outside the time and the space and the galaxies. And science has made a remarkable progress from this faculty of the mind, instrument of the knowledge, whether it is sense organs or the mind. Now see that these sense organs have their limitation. If any object is behind my head, my eyes cannot see. If the sound is too low, falls below a particular range where the ears cannot listen, or it is too far, they have a limited range. They are limited, so both the sense organs and the mind are limited in their perception. Our master says that for the sense organ to see, for the mind to see and to know anything, that object must be in present, in front of the mind or the sense organs. One, and the second is the object should have similar properties than these sense organs or the mind, then only the mind will recognize. Otherwise, the mind and the sense organs have no ability to recognize. For example, when you see the shape, the size, and the color of an object, that is also the properties of the eyes. But eyes do not have the properties of the sound. That is why the eyes cannot see in the sound. Apply the same reasoning. My true nature, my real self, is of the nature of pure consciousness. Are the sense organs of the nature of pure consciousness? No. Is the mind? No, mind is also a matter. So how the mind and the sense organ can ever know and discover our real self? So Patanjali or our great masters, they have written, they have offered us the principles and the teachings, which is known as the Eastern wisdom. That Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge that helps us to discover the real self within all of us. Just take an example. In the morning, the sun lightens all the objects of the world around us, and we know these objects in presence of a sun. First point. Second point, how do we know the sun? Do we need to lit a candle? Oh, let me see the sun. No. The sun can also be seen by the light it gives to the world, and it also gives to itself. So that property is known as effulgent. So our real self is what? It is effulgent, self-effulgent. That real self goes through the intellect, the mind, the sense organ by which we know the world, and the same self knows the self by itself. That is the real journey of yoga. That is the real journey of yoga. And when the self knows the self by the self, that is the real meaning of darshan, direct perception. Other masters say aparoksha anubhuti. And that is the true journey of yoga.